Hello, and welcome to Musings from the Mystics. I'm Marnie.
And I'm Natalie. We are your guides on this crazy and sometimes tumultuous journey we call the human experience.
Each episode will share our musings about the current energetic climate,
how we're navigating these times,
and tips to help you get the most out of your journey.
So join us to be awakened, empowered,
and expand into conscious action. Welcome back to Quest for the True You. Today's mission is, why isn't gratitude working?
Yeah, why isn't it working? So I feel like gratitude's a buzzword. I feel like appreciation's a buzzword. And a lot of people interchange them, intertwine them. And you can do it. They both have a little bit different vibration, but not enough to notice that it's going to make a huge difference in your life. So you want to call it appreciation, call it appreciation. You want to call it gratitude, call it gratitude. But here's the thing. Why isn't it working?
Yeah. Why?
Exactly.
I've done my little list. You know, I went through every night. I would write in my phone and I kept a diary of it, what I'm grateful for. And I would list at least 3 things. And now some days it was, I got dressed.
And that's okay.
It wasn't huge things, but I ended up stopping because it didn't really shift anything.
No.
And of course, this is years ago, so you tell me.
I'll tell you. So it's a good thing to start. Like, the list is a good way to get you in the practice of finding something to be grateful for. But you have to feel the feeling. And people are like, oh, but I'm grateful I got dressed today. But are you really feeling grateful you got dressed today? So
yeah, it was more of a checklist. Oh, yeah. I have to do my gratitude journal. Okay, what can I come up with that I'm grateful for? Okay, here are my things. And it never did anything. So what was lacking was
the explanation.
Stepping into the energy of it.
It is. And so a good helpful tip is, okay, I'm grateful I got dressed today, if that's your thing. I'm grateful I ate pizza today, if that's your thing. Why are you grateful? And that will help you get into the feeling of, oh, because I like these clothes. I like these colors I picked out. I love cheese. I love sauce. I love pizza dough. Like, it can be any of those. And I'm using very simple things here, but it's...
Some days that's all we got.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go to the why, that helps you get into the feeling a little bit more, which is the whole goal.
Okay.
And it was about 6 years ago that I started on this journey. 7, 8, I don't remember exactly. And I was with a mentor, and she was like, gratitude and appreciation, those are the keys. Those are how you do it. And same thing, I was like, I had this list, and every morning, like, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for the sun. I like the stars. I like the beach. I like the ocean. Okay, but I'm just saying things I like. I'm not feeling that feeling. And I knew to shift things, I had to feel the feelings, but I didn't always get into the explanation, and the explanation wasn't always quite good enough. So there's another trick to this that you can do.
Good enough by whose estimation? Yours?
Good enough by not feeling it. Okay. And yes, it was my estimation, but I knew I wasn't really. It was like a fake it till you make it.
Oh God, I hate that saying.
Yeah, but either way, you can't do it with this.
You can't do it with anything. Faking it is not the way to get anywhere.
No, and it is a good practice. It is a good thing. I did it. I used to have it on my phone, and actually Marnie not long ago said, but you schedule it. Is that really the same thing than feeling it? But no, but it does remind me that, oh, I gotta shift my thinking. I gotta get into that. So if you need help getting started, those are not bad ideas. But there's another way you can get into the feeling. So if you don't think about anything, kind of clear your mind and close your eyes and think, all right, was there one specific time that I really felt gratitude for something? Was there one specific time that I can remember that it was like off the charts, that good feeling, and feel that feeling, whatever it was. And it could be It could be, I'm grateful I survived a car accident. It could be, I'm grateful I made it through a surgery. I mean, it could be
Big things too.
big life altering things, or it could be, I'm grateful I got to spend Thanksgiving with my whole family. It can be any of those, but
Or alone.
or alone. That is true. I'm grateful my whole family left after Thanksgiving.
So what you're saying is the way for gratitude to attract things, which is what law of attraction is kind of where it's all going. In order to attract more things to be grateful for, it isn't about writing a list. It's about feeling that energy and encoding that into the body, which magnetizes.
Yes.
And so when we're just writing a list, the magnetism is missing.
It is. It is. It's not there. And anybody can write a list. Find out why. Go to that special place and encode that memory. Like that's a good thing. One of my friends called it fire drill for the mind kind of thing. When you're trying to get into something, have one or two of those memories that can get you back into that feeling that can lead you to the other things. Like, okay, I was making a list, but I remember when I was grateful for this, and I remember swimming in the ocean and the dolphins went by and I saw a sea turtle and the ocean was calm and it felt so good to be in. Like, even me just saying these things as a list, you can tell the difference.
Right, you start to feel it.
Of feeling it versus, I like the sun, I like the stars.
Right, which doesn't put you in the energy, but that memory, feeling the feeling, allows your whole essence, including your physical body, to be in that vibration, which then attracts.
Like vibrations.
Like
exactly.
vibrations. So if the gratitude isn't working, like it wasn't for me, because I was just writing a list, it wasn't working was because I wasn't in the vibration. I wasn't in the energy of it. Wasn't feeling it.
And it works for everything too. We talk about like blessing your food, non-religious blessing your food.
Yep,
like
I do it every meal.
Exactly. And it's, even if you were looking at this delicious food, let's say it's a organic apple. I love this organic apple. I love that it doesn't have pesticides on it. Thank you so much to the people that picked this for me and the people that took it to the store so that I can have this delicious food. That's even getting into it because you're going deeper, like, oh, not just thank you for this food that I have sitting in front of me. Oh, well, thank you for the people who grew it. Thank you for the trees that produced the fruit. And you can feel that more energetically as well. And it works for lots of different things. And you can be thankful for all these little things. We have electric. We have hot water.
Indoor plumbing.
We have roads.
Air conditioning.
Right. Roads that people have paved, built, whatever. There's stores to go. There's all these things. And we kind of forget about that. So
we take it all for granted.
We do. And it goes with even thinking like positive thoughts. Everybody's like, change your thoughts, positive only. But again, if you're just saying positive, like, I'm just going to say a positive thought just to get me out of whatever situation, that's not going to work either.
Right. Because you're not in the energy of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not in the emotion, the feeling.
You have to feel it. You have to bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring it into the heart. Out of the mind, into the heart space.
Yes, yes. So again, and you'll hear some people say, well, it's got to be appreciation. And there's a difference. Like, some people say gratitude is more of a past feeling, past, like, thank you for something that's already happened, and appreciation can be more in the moment and moving forward.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think that matters.
No.
Which is why I'm saying this.
And you know I'm a word person, and I'm like, why would you split that hair?
Exactly. But that's why I'm bringing that up, because you will hear some people say, no, it's got to be appreciation, or no, it's got to be gratitude. And if you look at the definition of appreciation, it says feeling gratitude. Like, they're so close. There's no splitting hairs of it. So don't beat yourself up, whether it's gratitude or appreciation. Just feel it and feel into whatever it is. And if you can feel that feeling, then your list would work better. Yeah. And you'll find, like, once you get in that momentum, if you're making the list is going to go on. And Abraham Hicks calls it a rampage of appreciation is what they typically say. But you can feel it when they start, and they start saying like, "Ooh, I can feel this. Ah, I like sitting here. I like being with all these people." And next thing you know, it's 10 minutes later and they're still talking about all these great things because it's momentum. And once you get it flowing,
Right.
you can keep it going.
Right. So the reason the gratitude isn't working is there's no flow.
Correct.
It's kind of like,
It's a chore.
it's like, it felt like a chore. It's like a dead end. It's like, I'm grateful I wrote it on the paper or I put it in my phone. Dead end. There's not a continuation of it. So that's why we need to embody it, feel it, so that the energy continues to flow and move and hopefully outward, drawing it towards you.
Right. And even with, like I was saying, the positive thoughts, human conditioning, one of those automatic things is, I got stuck at a red light, or I'm stuck in traffic, or you can flip that too. Maybe it's keeping me out of something. Maybe there's an accident up ahead that I could have been involved in if I didn't stop at this light.
Or it's making me slow down.
Right. Or any
And I don't mean
those...
speeding wise, I mean slow down as in be in the moment.
Right.
We could take stoplights and think of them as pause moments. That's a whole nother conversation. But
It is.
But being grateful for the light turning red and going, okay, I'm going to deep breathe while this light is red.
Right. And we can turn anything into that. And I think that's part of why people use the word so often and say, do your gratitude, do your appreciation, do these things, because
But it's not do, it's feel.
It is feel. That is the much better word for it. But that's why everybody does it, because they've been in the feeling and they know how good it is and what it can do for you, but they forget to mention that when they're telling you to do a gratitude journal. Okay. And don't force a gratitude journal on. This was one of the things that I thought was so bizarre when I was first learning law of attraction. They were like, do positive aspects of somebody, even if you're struggling with them. And I'm like, oh, then I'm lying to myself. That doesn't feel really. And I questioned that whole thing. So you don't have to force it. It doesn't have to be about something you're not exactly comfortable with. Flip it. Find something else that you are. And maybe you will be able to get to those things that you're not so sure about, because that is a key in changing that situation.
Yeah. Just like when you're in personal growth and initially there's this resistance to something, someone, there's anger, there's I don't want that, and eventually you can look back and go, okay, I appreciate the lesson that I got here. Maybe I didn't enjoy these circumstances,
Correct,
or all of the aspects of it, but you can get to that place where you appreciate the growth that you learned from it. And so that's down the road, though.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I brought that up too, is like, if you hear somebody say, oh yeah, find positive aspects and appreciate the person that you hate right now, probably not a good idea. You can say, okay, they're on their path, I don't have to look at you right now, but I don't think you need to go find all of their positive aspects, because you'll drive yourself crazy.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Yeah, I think that's lacking a lot of times in personal growth. It's especially when you have the people in front saying, here, this is what you do. Here's your 3 steps, your 5 steps. But maybe it takes you 20 or 30 or 100 or 2.
Well, and the other thing,
I think there needs to be this understanding that you get to walk the road in the pace and the length of time that you need without having to meet others' expectations.
Or your own unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
Because there are plenty of people, a lot of our clients, that want the magic pill.
Right.
I'm having this experience and I thoroughly don't like it. What can you do to fix it? And that's the word they use. Fix it right now for me. So law of attraction, the universe, you're responsible for your own reality. You're the creator of your own reality. So you got to figure out what you're supposed to learn from this lesson anyway, first. And that's tough too, because it's all on us. But it still can has to be baby steps sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be, but you look for these things like, okay, gratitude journal. I'm writing these 5 things. I'm going to feel so much better tomorrow. My day is going to be great. It's going to be good. And maybe if you can stay in that, it might work for you, but you're not feeling the feelings.
Yeah.
You're not feeling the energy. You're not feeling the vibration. Any way you want to describe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not in it.
So take your time.
Yeah.
You know, I do bless my food, and every day, every meal, and I say I am grateful for all the plants, animals, and people. And I think about the bugs that probably died to give me this food, you know, those animals, because I'm pretty much plant-based. So I think about the plants themselves, the bugs, the animals that were feeding off of them that are now not going to. So
Right.
they're giving of themselves in any way. The people that had to harvest it and package it and bring it to the store. And I actually pause in that moment. I don't just say the words. I think about all the life that goes into the bringing of it to my door, to put it on my plate, to consume it. So I do definitely practice that gratitude in that, in the eating aspect, not so much in the daily things as a practice. Not that I'm not grateful, but I don't do it as a practice. But I think when you're really beginning and starting out and trying to find things to, I don't like the word cope or deal with, when you are navigating this journey, gratitude can be beneficial and helpful, but not just going through the motions. It's
Correct.
about feeling it, being in that energy, bringing it into your life in that way. And if you've only got one thing to be grateful for that day, be absolutely grateful for that one thing,
Right.
whatever it is.
Right.
And if you're not grateful that you got up and got dressed, don't list that.
Right. Right. Don't force it, which is what we were saying too. Don't force it.
Yeah.
You know, I saw this thing the other day that said, instead of saying I have to wake up early, I get to wake up early. And we talk a lot about words and relanguaging, and a shift in that might help you shift your other perspectives for other things. So there are
I get
sometimes,
to write my gratitude journal,
right.
or I get to practice gratitude rather than I have to. If you're doing it because you feel you have to, it's not working.
No.
It will continue to not work.
It will not get you anywhere.
No. If you're doing it because some guru on Instagram or TikTok said you have to do this to manifest what you want, that is not the energy to be in. That's not going to, that's fun. First of all, it's not authentically you.
Correct.
Because you're doing what somebody else thinks you should be doing. And you're not in the right energy to create or manifest.
No.
Or to bring that any more things to be grateful for into your life. So do not do it if you're doing it because you think you should or are supposed to or have to.
Or if you think it's your only solution for whatever you're experiencing.
Yeah,
because
that's good. So if any of these things apply, that is why it's not working for you.
Exactly. 100%.
Right. So you have to flip the script, shift your perspective. If you want those things, if you want to bring it into your life, if you want to be in that energy, if you want to feel those good feelings, you have to approach it differently.
You do. And it if you need it to be a chore, meaning you need the rigidity of
Like
having
a routine or schedule.
a practice, okay, for a couple days. Just so you can say, okay, let me see if I can get into this feeling at this time where I have nothing else going on. We're not saying you can't do that. We're just saying, don't just write a list and be done.
Or my alarm went off, I have to sit here and be grateful.
Right.
That's not gonna...
No, but even starting to think about it instead of my alarm went off, I have to do this right now. Oh, grateful. Okay. Maybe I'll find some time to practice that. Maybe when I'm in that feeling that I can get into the energy of it, the emotion of it, the feeling of it, any of that, I'll try to remember.
And so let me ask you this. Can you, or I know I can, what if you begin to understand what that feeling of gratitude is, right? You've practiced a little bit, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe 6 months. You really understand that feeling, and the alarm goes off. You pause and you spend 60 seconds, a minute in that energy of gratitude, right? So it's not about writing a list, not about even like writing anything or on your phone, but practice being in the energy versus doing this thing.
Sure, just feel it. We'll do it every now and again. I'll be in the car with my son and I'll say, "What are you grateful for today?" And he'll be like, "You." And he says it just like that. You. I'm like, no. Why? And I do that question with him. I'm like, why? Why'd you just say that? Because that didn't sound like you were feeling it at all.
Sound like gratitude.
Right. It sounded like you're pacifying me to get me from asking you any other questions. So, but even the simple reminder for you or for someone else, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that later. I don't have to do it right now. I don't have to be on a schedule. It doesn't have to look a certain way or be a certain way. You can totally just find that feeling and feel it.
Yeah. So I think what we're saying is, if it's not working for you, look at your motivation. Are you doing it because you're supposed to or think you should, or some guru said this is what you need to do in order to manifest? Immediately stop, because that is not going to work.
No.
Look at your motivation and the practice itself. Are you just writing a list or listing things off, or are you getting into the feeling of it? And if you're not doing those things, that's why it's not working for you.
Correct. And you can start that positive aspect things that I was talking about. You could start with that of, okay, I really do like, we'll say the ocean. General. I do like the ocean. I'm not really getting into the feeling of it just yet. So you could start with that positive aspects. Okay, well, sort of what do you like about the ocean? Well, I like that it's salty. I like that there are waves that crash on the beach. I like that I see the fish. I like that there are dolphins. I like that there are turtles. Oh, wait. Okay. I do really like those things. So what else? And start feeling like, I like swimming in the ocean. I like the way it feels. I like being in the ocean with these animals. Can you tell everybody I like the ocean? I like swimming with these animals. I like the way it feels. It's relaxing, and all the energy of the just in that.
Right.
I was in that gratitude appreciation of the ocean. And you can start with those things if you're like, you don't have that one memory that we were talking about, and you're like, I don't really know, but I know I need to feel that feeling. So maybe take something that you're pretty sure you like, something that feels good, and find some positive aspects for it. Even if it's the stars in the sky. Like, I like it when it's dark out. I like looking up and seeing all the different constellations and how some stars are brighter. And every now and then I see a satellite fly by, which is really cool. I've seen the space station. I love it. They're so beautiful and they twinkle. And right there, I just flipped that. Okay, I just liked it, but there's that feeling. Right. So those are some examples of how you can get into it if you can't go back and think of that one specific time either. Like, now you're like, oh, I have this work to do. I got to go find this one specific time that I was grateful. No, there's a couple different ways to get into it.
Yeah. Awesome. So hopefully that was helpful in understanding if you're writing a gratitude journal and not getting anywhere.
There's a reason why.
Not feeling the feelings. This is why, and hopefully these tips will help you get into a more authentic practice and a more authentic vibration of gratitude so that you can draw that like energy to yourself.
I agree wholeheartedly. And if you need help, reach out.
Yeah, for sure. Please let us know if you enjoyed this podcast. Like, comment, share, follow, all of the above, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Until next week, in peace and love and light, this is Marnie.
And much love and appreciation, this is Natalie.